Hi, I'm Marc, Director of Coffee at Savor Brands, and today I'm very excited to talk to a really great roaster. Also, I consider him a mentor in my coffee journey, Dr. Kenneth Thomas, founder and head roaster of Umble Coffee out of Starkville, Mississippi. Hey, Kenneth, how's it going?
Good, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Um, we're really excited that you could, take some time to do this for us.
Yeah,
Just wanted to have you talk about a little bit about yourself and
sure.
how did coffee find you and what drives your commitment and dedication to your craft?
Sure. So, of course, you had to introduce me as doctor just to kind of throw the extra wrench in there. So yes, I'm actually a physician, and long story short, I have learned that coffee can be quite healthy for you. And I thought between my love of coffee and the medicine background, that, hey, why not start a coffee roastery? So Umble Coffee was born, and that's been maybe about 4 years. And we've just been growing, probably doubling, ballpark about every year. We're mainly online and wholesale coffee roaster, and I love it.
It's awesome. We first met at Guild Retreat, was it back in
Right.
2017?
Yep.
Um,
Something like that.
yeah. How has your role with Umble Coffee changed since then or evolved?
Well, when you start any kind of entrepreneurial endeavor, you're really kind of the jack of all trades. You're the guy with the broom, making sure that the floor is clean. You are actually doing the roasting, but you're also looking at the accounting, and everything in between, hiring folks, getting your packaging, stuff like that. And as I have grown, yeah, I've been able to get other people to do some of that stuff so that I can continue to look at the big picture, as far as growth goes, and really kind of focus on that role.
Mm. Um, you mentioned, sounds like you're growing. It's not
Yeah,
just you anymore.
right.
What, in terms of, I guess, branding, outreach, mission and values, has any of those things changed as a company since you've, expanded and
Yeah,
have a. Mhm.
sure. So it has, and again, that goes back to, I guess you say, being a entrepreneur or a business owner or whatever you want to call it. But what you learn over time is what works and what doesn't. So originally, we thought we want to be a online subscription coffee company. And so we did that for a while, but it just didn't get much traction for us. Now, there are several that are very successful at it, and I applaud them. But for us, it just didn't work well. But where we found we grow and grow to the extent that we wanted was really in like wholesale distribution. And so that has been kind of our pivot. So it was not our original, but it's where the business grew, and so we've adjusted from there.
Yeah, I mean, that's, and like any business owner, you kind of just have to be able to, yeah, pivot and
Yeah,
evolve.
yeah. If you don't
As
pivot, then that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
so it's either you do the work to make the changes, or you're out of business.
Hmm.
So if you love it enough and you want to keep it open, you're respectful of maintaining your values, but you also have to run a business. You have to
Hmm.
get that margin. You have to keep the profits flowing. You have to keep everybody paid and the
Hmm.
lights on.
Yeah. Um, Aside from the business side of things, what I really value and appreciate from Umble is how you do your social media,
Yeah,
your podcast that you just recently launched.
yeah,
You want to talk about those things a little bit?
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
So the coolest thing recently is we started this. It's called Coffee 101. It's a podcast. Everybody should go right now. They should stop this interview, listening to it, and they should go and subscribe to to Coffee 101, and then they should come back. But Coffee 101 has been, we wanted to have a place that anybody could go, whether you're like a bag supply company, or you're a small town coffee shop owner, or really you are a curious coffee consumer, which is our main market, where they could go and they could get very approachable coffee education. So with 101, we have tried to build it chronologically. So we've currently gone through the farm, and we've actually gotten everything exported and imported. And so we're slowly moving through the process, and it's like a turnkey thing, and it's free. Anybody can go, or they can get people to go and just listen to it. And we pull experts in the field, people who know more about those specific things than I do, to come on. And so that's been probably the biggest thing recently that we've done. But yes, we also do with social media. We try to, when we go to competitions, do videos and things like that. And in all of it, and no matter what business you're in, this is where the humble or humble part comes in. Is I think you have to be approachable. If you can be approachable and you can just help people, then there's going to be more synergy long term than if you try to go about it by yourself.
I definitely agree. And, kind of my journey in coffee was just meeting you. We happened to be in the same group, and, you were just so welcoming, and, teaching me how to cup and all the things about roasting. So, yeah.
And what you won't say about yourself is that your roast was actually part of that finals blend that we won that competition with at Roasters Guild retreat. So all the people at Savor Brands, let it be known that Marc is also a very skilled roaster.
I don't know. I think my version of the story is I think you did the roast and picked out the origin. So yeah.
honestly, there was a girl there who was the head roaster at Ritual out of San Francisco. And I was really new to coffee, and I remember, I mean, honestly, I didn't know near what I know now, but I think, what in the South, the U.S. South, we would call a blind hog finds an acorn every now and then. So, I think we lucked up on that one.
Speaking about your side, your part of the country, how has Umble helped to connect the community, not just the coffee community, but community in general?
So a couple things. So in the coffee community itself, of course, the podcast helps in connecting the community. And then specifically, we have, like, one of our coffees is what I call a give back coffee. We have, it's a single origin out of Zambia that directly supports a orphanage there, on the ground in Zambia, which is cool. Things that we do in the community, we try to support as many of the local small town business owners and their businesses that we can. And pretty soon we're expanding, and we're moving into a bigger roasting space. And with that, we'll actually have a coffee shop, which this will be the first time for us. So we started things backwards from how most people do. Is we started out and primarily would say we're a roaster. And we have not to this date had a coffee shop. And so this will be new for us.
That's really exciting. That was actually my last question. So we knocked that one out already. Sounds like you guys are doing a lot of really cool things. What could you say then, as the founder of Umble Coffee, what are, maybe share one or two of your proudest moments, thus far?
I think one of the things that I really have, I don't know if I'd say it's a proud moment, but has been a highlight of being in coffee, is the people are so nice and they're so gracious within the industry. And that is a welcome aspect that you don't get, or that I don't get in other businesses I'm in. Like you said earlier, medical's not, unfortunately, like that. So that was probably one of the biggest things is people who are direct competitors will say, genuinely helping each other, and it's just that was so refreshing as far as what I've gotten out of it. Now, as far as other proud moments, the last 3 years, I think we've been consistently in the finals as far as U.S. coffee roasting championships. So I think to do it multiple years in a row at least shows that we know kind of what we're doing. And then I think once you get to that level, any of those guys and girls are good enough to represent the U.S. then on the world stage. So that's been kind of exciting too.
Yeah. I know prelims is starting up this month.
Yeah.
Do you have any
You know,
plans of competing again this year?
Yeah, so I'll compete, and we came really close to biting the bullet and signing up for Hawaii,
Mm,
because the prelims are coming up there
and you
very
have a roast.
soon.
Yeah.
But I was scared that I wouldn't get the beans in time because it's so close, and be able to roast them and get them to where I wanted before actually having to get out there for the competition. So I'll probably hit up one of those other prelims, you know, coming up later in the fall.
Awesome. Well, that's pretty much all the questions I have. Thank you so much for your time, Kenneth. And
Oh, you're welcome.
hope to see you at the coffee championships in April.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on, Marc.
Take care. Thank you.